So, in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which is the OBBBA, we have some gambling reform provisions that is going to affect a lot of sports bettors. In the current law, which ends on January 31st, 2025, for example, if you can write off 100% of your gambling losses. In the reform, which takes effect January 1, 2026, you can only write off 90% of your losses. That is huge. That's going to make some people losing gamblers. It's just not good. In the break-even situations, for example, if you win $100,000, you lose $100,000, you can write that off. Your net equals zero. So in the new law, which takes first, again, January 1, 2026, let's say, for example, you have a $200,000 in winnings and you lose $210,000. In the past, you can write that off. You wouldn't owe any taxes at all. But effective January 1, you could only deduct 90% of that 210, which would be 189. So you're going to end up owing taxes on $11,000 that you did not win. So it's huge. This is huge. It's really going to affect the big bettors, the people who win millions of dollars in winnings and maybe netting only like $200,000 a year. It's going to affect them big time. And it's going to affect, I think, small bettors too. I can show you some examples here later. I think the two things that are going to be impacted the most is poker players and DFS players. I think those are going to be impacted the most. You do not have to use the American sports books. You can use the overseas books, which a lot of sharps do. You do not have to use the American books. It's just simple as it is. I mean, they're going to start losing money probably just because of this law, but you do not have to use the American sports books. Poker, if you're playing serious poker, you're itemizing your taxes and you're showing your wins and your losses. And with DFS, you're going to show your wins and your losses because you get that 1099 every year if you're a winner on DFS. So you're going to have to itemize to show your losses also. You don't want to pay the full amount of taxes on a $20,000 win. You want to show your losses and pay the difference. So now you can only do 90% of that, which I think is huge. And Phil Gafford, poker player, says, it may be economically irrational to continue with then a tax bill like this, which is huge, which is huge. State tax revenue, I think that's going to get affected eventually. And I can show you the states later that voted for Mr. Trump, and they have online and in-person betting. All those states are going to suffer. And the concern is that, a lot of gamblers could exit the market. I think they will exit the market when it comes to sports betting. They will use one of the overseas books. So states like Nevada, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and a number of other states seem to be a little worried. Representative from Nevada saying this could possibly push people into the black market, reducing both taxable activity and state income tax from gaming. Well, Dina is correct. I'm assuming it's a female. Dina is correct. The black market means the overseas books. People can go there and do their thing and not have to worry about this. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, making all this money off sports betting. Hey, those numbers are going to change. Those numbers are going to change. Other states like Colorado, Illinois, potential decline in activity among high volume bettors. Trickle-down effects, lower betting volume, less tax revenue, less funding for related services that these states have started to allot that gambling income to. And I think most of these are states that, voted for Mr. Trump. And I'm sure they weren't expecting this. There are currently 15 states with online or in-person betting that supported Trump in 2024. And states on the screen, you see them, I mean, it is what it is. Everybody's going to have to reevaluate. Gamblers going to have to reevaluate, and looks like these states may have to reevaluate how they're allocating some of their money, because that money potentially will not be there as it is right now once this law takes effect and bettors take their business elsewhere. So a little summary here. Every time I look at this number, it blows me away. So we have the before OBBBA and after OBBBA. The 90% just really sticks out to me. That I don't know how you can negotiate this. I don't get it, but hey. So, but you're looking at maybe a phantom income of, say, this is based on I think 100K win loss. You're looking at a phantom income of $10,000 that you had to pay taxes on. Assuming you're in a 24% tax bracket, that would be $2,400. Even if you're break even, you paying on that phantom income of $10,000. Something interesting here: pro gamblers under our current act is sustainable. Under our new act, risky and unprofitable. I think I'm telling you, these poker players are going to get hit hard with this. Sports bettors are going to get hit hard with this. DFS is going to get hit hard with this. Again, I think DFS and poker the most. You can do other things for sports betting. I'm a DFS player. I don't have any options, over, offshore. I'm depending on FanDuel and DraftKings. Those are my two main, and Yahoo. Those are my three main sources when it comes to DFS that I depend on. And it's great. It's a great product. Love using it. Love playing it. Look forward to it. I use it for NBA, NFL, MLB, but mainly NFL. I prepared a whole year for NFL, for those 18 weeks of NFL, to try to win most of my money on those platforms. So there has to be some positive in this bill, right? We can't just purport all the negative. It got to be some positive, but it's not much there. I mean, it's not much there at all that is going to be positive about this bill. Hey, consistent tax code equal better planning. Okay, fine. You got to plan better. I do see something that I do like, but it's not because of the new bill. I think I've read that it's coming, is that these companies like Prize Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings are going to raise the amount on 1099K back to $5,000, maybe even more. That's good. You don't have as many reporting documents that you're going to get, unless you're just killing it on all platforms. But overall, this bill just isn't good. It's just not good. Again, it's going to affect the professionals big time, high volume bettors. It's going to affect break even DFS players. That means you can be a fairly decent DFS player with some profit and not see much of it, and that's a lot of DFS players. Pro gamblers filing a Schedule C, of course, they're going to be affected. So don't see much positive in this, more negative. But hey, if we're going to bet on sports, we're going to have to figure it out. We got about 6 months to figure it out. So